Oh, Baz's worst habit, eating his toenails.
Ooh!
Whoa!
I'd forgotten about the toenail thing.
That's literally the most disgusting thing he does. It's like, I can put up with everything else, but that I'm just like... So he trims his toenails, but he always does it in the living room, and then he'll eat them, and it's just like...
Oh, I thought he was still attached to his foot.
I thought he was biting them
I
off.
can't reach that far now.
That's even weirder.
That is weird. Like, to eat them like dinner.
I don't think he eats them. I think he just chews on them, but either way, it's freaking disgusting.
To be fair, he eats fucking tofu. It's the same thing, isn't it? This whole thing's backfired massively. A really stupid idea, and I wish we'd never done it. So I need to pay attention. I was just enjoying the show. This often happens once I've had a couple of drinks. I just end up enjoying the podcast and forget I've got to fucking drive it at some point. Right. Hello, and welcome to a very special edition of the Mildly Controversial Podcast. I am aware that I say that almost every week, and that's because our podcast is special every week. But if you're watching on YouTube, you will already have figured out why this one's special. It's because Baz and I have brought our wives along for this episode, which is exciting and terrifying in equal measure. Now, we've got teenage kids, so if I wanted to spend any time with my wife, I figured I had to book her as a guest on the podcast. So here we are. On this show, we're going to do a little bit of questioning to find out how well we know each other, and do we know our wives better than we know our podcast co-host?
There you go.
I feel like it's going to be a big fat no, and everyone's going to be slightly annoyed by it all. So,
yeah. Well, you see, let's hope this creates some jeopardy. And Baz and I, when we started the Mildly Controversial Podcast, one of the things we said was there was a risk that we would fall out and we would never do a podcast again. It was high risk strategy, but it's paid off.
Yeah.
This is even higher risk, because this is marriages that are at stake if we fall out on this one. So yeah, hopefully it'll be entertaining and people will enjoy. Probably me squirming to answer questions that I should know the answer to.
I feel like there'll just be a lot of me and Emma rolling our eyes, just going, oh,
yeah.
Even if
Yeah. So if you're listening to this on the audio podcast, jump across to Facebook or YouTube and see the eye rolling in action, because it definitely will happen. Brief introduction is, yes, this is my wife Emma. She is currently almost 21 years into her probationary period as my partner. We've been married 19 and a half years. All of this really is teeing me up to be hugely embarrassed by not knowing anything about my wife, I think.
Well, do you want to do the introduction for us then, Liz? Because you're better with numbers.
Yeah, so I'm the future ex-Mrs. Wright, and we have been together for just over 24 years, and we've been married for 16, because Baz made me wait a really long time before we got married, which I do hope will come up somehow later in the podcast, because I feel like that is a story worth telling. But yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That is going to come up in the podcast. Okay, the first round is going to be who is. You get a point for if you both get the right answer. So the key with this is you've got to get the right answer, or you've got to get the same answer, right? Okay. So even if you don't think it's right, but you think they might think it, see? So you end up second guessing and double bluffing yourself. So
I'm sure this will all make sense to me in the next coming days.
Oh, it probably won't, Baz. Okay, so the first question is, who is the best cook? Do you two want to both reveal simultaneously what you've got? Let me see. Okay, who's the best cook? Oh, there we go. We've got a point. So that's a point. Point to Baz and Liz, because they both said, I will have to talk this through, obviously.
Of course, yes.
Most people are listening, not watching. So, yes, that's a point to Baz and Liz, because Baz and Liz both said Liz. So does Baz not cook at all then? Or does he cook and he's shit?
No, Baz can cook. He just doesn't cook. So he cooks for himself, but he doesn't cook for us, if that makes sense. So Baz is like special as like a one pot. One pan.
He cooks when you're out.
Yeah, he cooks when I'm unavailable, basically, when there is some other pressing social engagement going on. But yeah, and Baz is very good at stuff that students would eat, like basically anything in the fridge in a pan with some rice and some soy sauce.
That's it.
That's pretty much my bag as well. So Liz, I should know the answer to this, and I can't remember it. But are you a non-meat eater as well?
No, I eat meat, so I tend to cook 2 different dinners, like one for him, one for me.
It's Liz's fault that I don't eat meat. That needs to be sort of explained at some point.
Let's make that point now. Then, why would Liz deliberately make it complicated?
Yeah, exactly. No, so 6 years ago, I said let's do vegan September, and then on day 31, I was like bacon sandwich, steak for lunch. Like I'm going straight back. But Baz decided to stay on the old veggie thing. So
carried it on.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
It's not the most interesting of stories, apologies.
I'm glad that didn't happen with the moustache November thing.
No, exactly.
Well, how long it been out?
I'm glad you shaved it at the end.
Didn't?
See what I did there? Right. So we will reveal our answers. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Yay! There you go. Look.
So you know when I said before you might disagree with it, but you've got to say the answer you think they're going to say and get a point. And there you go. Now I'm the same to you. I can cook, I just don't. Can cook, won't cook. I think that's a can cook, don't cook. Is that the name of it?
Not unless you're making a video out of it, of course, though.
Yeah, and why don't you cook? Just because you can't be bothered, or?
Just because Emma's. If I cooked, I'd cook one thing for everyone. But Emma's more charitable to the kids and is willing to
nicer is the word.
Cook lots of different things. I'd be like, no, fuck it, I'm making this, and you're going to eat it whether you like it or not.
So, Mike, would your answer be if the kids ask what's for dinner, you'd just go dinner?
Yeah. No, it would be, and loads of times, I say, right, dinner's ready. What is it? It's like, well, you'll find out when you get down the stairs because I've literally cooked it.
You do that though. I say, are you hungry? And you go, what is it? What we're having? I'm like, doesn't matter what we're having, whether you're hungry or not.
No, but that's before you've cooked it. I say to the kids, come down if you're not there. What is it? I was like, I'm not going to answer that in case the answer is, well, right, I can't be asked coming downstairs for it. All right. Anyway, let's move swiftly on to question 2.
Yep.
Okay. This is quite an interesting one, which is similar to kind of your face or mine.
Oh God.
Who is the most attractive?
Well, hang on. So that you can also answer what you think the other person's going to put, can't you?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You've got to get consensus.
Yeah. Okay. Without looking at each other. You ready?
Yeah. Without looking at each other, we should probably turn our backs and fiddle around with things. So.
Right. Go.
Not just things in general. Oh, we've got Baz and no one. Oh, Baz and Baz.
Yeah.
There we go. That's another point. So Baz, talk me through how your wife's not attractive.
Well, no, it's not this at all. So do you remember?
Well, that's what it seems like.
I know. I think differently to her, but we used to watch Your Face or Mine, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
We had this discussion a long, long time ago, and I know that Liz has always said me. So in the effort to get a point, I've just agreed with her.
Well, and also I don't make my money by wazzing around on the internet with my top off, but he does. So I kind of feel like that.
In fairness, you'd make more money.
Although there is an option now. There is an option.
Wrong, but yeah.
Yeah. There's a certain subscription website that I think is open to that possibility. Right, you ready, Emma?
Yeah.
Right, 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
There, see.
And the reason I chose Emma is because she's a conceited bitch. And I knew she would choose herself.
Am I wrong?
But did you notice how we both went, yeah, that's right.
Oh, I know. Look, I have never ever made any anything. Oh, hold on, I need to give myself a point.
Yeah.
Well, really, we're doing me conceding me conceding defeat on that was me earning a point. But no, so, yeah. Look, I've never made any other statement than I'm punching. So. It would be all right. Behave. You're coming across horrible now.
You called me.
You're coming across
the
very.
exact word, but there was a word. The bitch was in it. So
yes.
I might have to. I'll re-record that later.
Oh, I'll just sound like a total arrogant cow.
Yeah.
I think it's worth noting as well, because I've seen pictures from Mike from years ago. He's considerably better groomed now, I think, in my opinion, than he was years ago.
Baz.
Yeah, he's yes. There you go. That's a good statement,
mate. She's got.
I had faith 20 years ago.
If you look back on our wedding photos, Emma looks very similar, to be honest. And I don't, and it's the good thing. So I don't know what Emma's. I don't know if it was some kind of social experiment she was doing at the time, but I don't know why
Care in the community was big, like around then, wasn't it? So.
Do you know what? I have no idea why she said yes to somebody who looked the way I did. But
We'll
I
come
think
to that later.
much as I'm still not as attractive as her, I do believe that she's got a decent return on her investment.
Yeah,
it was just a very long-term investment. It's one of those ones that the interest rate's pretty much fuck all, but after 20 years you go, oh, look at all the money I've got. It was a bit like that.
So you're like the premium bonds of
So that, you save a penny every day.
yeah. Exactly.
Eventually you'll have like
compound interest will kick in at some point.
Yeah, exactly. Promises you prizes along the way, but you get fuck all.
Someone's going to look what you could have won. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I should have invested. I should have invested my money elsewhere. That sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would your dating profile have said GSOH?
I can't think of the acronym, but only got a sense of humour. So it'd probably be, instead of GOSH, OGSH or something. Right. Okay, we'll do one more of these, and then we'll move on to the to open-ended questions.
Oh,
which I think were more scope for Jeopardy. Okay. Who is the most intelligent?
are you ready, Liz? 1,
Okay.
2, 3.
You think you're
Oh,
more intelligent? Oh no, I held up the wrong one. Sorry, I meant me.
Oh, hold on a minute.
Just took the point away.
I'll let you have that one, even though you both held, even though you held up different ones.
I'll verify that because you saw your card and thought I'd put me up, didn't you?
Yeah. And also, can I just say that kind of proves I'm probably not that intelligent, but we'll gloss over that later. Should 2 bits of paper to help.
But the important thing is you're more intelligent than Baz.
I mean, yeah, relatively speaking.
It's never been an issue.
Right, Emma, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1. Yes.
Oh,
I
look at
cannot
that.
tell you how much it sticks in my throat to pull that up.
Did you hear the bitterness in my wife's voice just then? We're already fine. I'm already seeing a different side of her that I haven't seen in 20 odd years. The bitterness. I will explain. Okay, I will explain your bitterness.
Go on then.
Is that Emma's a qualified barrister?
Oh, like that.
Which not a lot of people know because she did fuck all with it. Much to the disdain of her family.
Might explain why she married you, though. I think we've started to get to the nub of this, aren't we?
Yeah, she got into it to mix with wrong types, and that just ended up with where we are.
Yes. Yeah. She didn't want to have to represent you one day.
So, well, she can't now.
Yeah.
That's no good. But yeah, that's why it just sticks in Emma's throat, as she says. But and if it was just on academia, with that kind of intelligence, I would say absolutely. But Emma is a very intelligent woman, but lets herself down so much.
Wow.
On just common sense. She's lost a lot of points for common sense.
It's not common sense. I just don't retain useless information.
You see, whereas Mike and I do.
Exactly. I listen to you two on the podcast and some of the stuff you talk about, and I think, how do you know that? Like, why do you know that? But we were reading
the all Google pages that you weren't. That was why.
Yeah.
But you do not want me on a pub quiz team. Like, I don't remember bands, music. Like, I don't retain what I consider to be useless information. But I could sit an exam in other stuff, but not.
Ours would be slightly different because like Liz is qualified. She has sort of actual intellectual, much like being qualified as a barrister. You've got qualifications and lots of stuff, and I think you do a job which involves purely your brain. Where I get away with just doing stuff that sometimes just involves me just doing what I'm told, which I'm really
hitting
good at.
things.
Yes,
that's why you get top off on the internet.
That's it. That's why you can piss around jumping around and pretending you're flying when you're supposed to be working, Baz.
Yeah, exactly.
We're coming on to a section now where you need a pen and paper because you need to write down the answers because they're open-ended. The first question on this round 2 is, where did you first meet? Okay, Lizzie, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Baz, where did you first meet?
The first place we ever met was in the Bedford Lounge.
Bedford Lounge. And I put at the top is now a Tesco Express because it is now a Tesco Express.
There you go. Oh, bless. So the Bedford Lounge, is that a pub?
It was a pub.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a good sort of like, much like a
It used to be at Yates's.
You used to be at Yates's, yeah. So it was one of those kind of like mega pubs in the middle of Bedford.
Not a Spoons.
Yeah, a bit better
Step
than the
up the
Spoons.
Spoons,
Yes.
Just the
Small
one.
step.
Yeah, the Yateses I've been in are only a small step up
Sticky,
from a
sticky step up.
from a,
So that was cool.
Right, so I'm interested in your answer now, because obviously you wrote down quite a long answer, and Emma was just thinking.
Okay. So Emma,
Right, I do know
Emma,
the
where
answer.
did we first meet?
In the canteen at Kellogg's where we worked.
There you go.
Kellogg's canteen, very specific. Yes, it's not very interesting. I'd been. I'd been on holiday with my mate John, who also worked at Kellogg's, and it was the first day back.
And one of the cool things about working for a breakfast cereal company is you all go for breakfast in the morning together. So it's a bit of a random thing, but that's what we
Yeah, I don't know if they still really start work at about 10. But we used to make
go
breakfast.
in, move stuff around in your desk, go for breakfast.
Go for
Brilliant.
breakfast, make breakfast, come out, and make breakfast stretch out to at least an hour. If the MD came and questioned, said, "This is the most important meal of the day, I'll have you know." There you go.
It says so on the box.
Exactly. What on earth? Are you suggesting I skip breakfast? Isn't that dangerous?
I don't know if it still starts at 10, but it would if you were working there still.
Yeah, absolutely. Right then, so we'll switch this one round. So this next question, Baz, you write it down.
Yeah.
Emma, you write it down.
Okay.
The next question is, where was your first kiss?
Oh.
And I don't mean on the body.
I was just thinking. No,
someone went straight there, didn't you? I don't mean. Yeah. Genitalia is not an acceptable answer for this one. We need what was the location of your first kiss?
I feel like we might come unstuck on this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, this is exciting. This is what people have been waiting for.
Right.
I've got 3 places in my head, and I don't know which one was actually the place where we had the first kiss.
Well, you'll have to come out with you'll have to come out with one then.
What are you going with, Liz?
I want to say Migos.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
It's happening, people.
Was it Enigma Room 2?
Yeah, that's your second answer, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was indeed
Enigma
Room 2 at Enigma. So who was it you kissed at Amigos? Because I've not been there with you.
Was I to be there?
I mean, it's not a very long list. Yeah, Enigma Room 2. Yeah, it's where they used to play the cheesy 70s stuff. Is that where we had our first
That's
kiss?
where we had our first kiss on the 31st of October.
I remember the 31st of October.
Well, I mean, were you both dressed as pumpkins or something? Is that why it's easy to remember?
I had a night
And
off.
also, I mean, I'm going to bring this up now because this is the right time. So, okay, I can't remember where we had our first kiss, but we had our first kiss in an Enigma Room team, obviously, and then he went home with someone else. So I feel like
Oh, wow.
moral high ground. Like, okay, I might not remember it, but at least I didn't take anyone else.
Was she in room 3?
Wow. Okay, I think we should move on.
Well, we weren't actually going out with each other at the time. That was the difference.
You look at you are now.
Yes, I know.
I love that. Your first kiss, on the night of your first kiss, you went home with someone else. That's brilliant.
Yeah, the beauty is Liz thinks she kissed me when she kissed somebody else on our first kiss, so that's good.
I was getting off with someone else in Amigos, so obviously that one in.
Well, I don't think we get a point for that, do we?
No, you definitely don't, because I'm in charge. Okay, my answer is it's a bar in Manchester. Can I go with that? A bar in Manchester. I can't remember where.
Oh, I would say that's like very specific enough.
Oh, I think that's not. I don't think the bars are in Manchester. That's like literally like there must be like 200.
No.
I've written the name of the bar in Manchester.
Okay, see, Emma's in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I probably wouldn't have known what the name of the bar was when I was there.
If I write down where it was situated, would that help?
If you can name
Was it on
the street,
Deansgate?
we'll let you have the street.
Deansgate.
But I haven't written that down, so I could just say yes.
Is it? All right. Well, where do you say it is?
Squares,
Squares.
which is on Deansgate, just off Deansgate.
It's just off.
I'll tell you what. Here's what I suggest, because you are right. It was a bar in Manchester.
Yeah.
If I can write down why we were out. Do you remember the story of? Because that was quite a good story of what we were doing out.
Yeah. To qualify for the point, can I tell you the story about why
I'm
we
going
were
to
out
write
that night?
down what somebody said.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this pinpoints it.
So Emma's going to write down
Who's the
a
right
text
name?
message I received, which prompted me to go out that night. Surely that gets us to the point. Yeah.
We'll let you have that. Yeah.
And it's a funny story.
Well, we used to work together, and there's going to be a work night out for everyone. And the girl who ended up being one of our bridesmaids, sent me a text. I was lying on the settee watching Saturday night TV shite. And it was just like, I was thinking, I can't be arsed going out tonight. I said, I'll just not bother. And I got a text from Eileen, who said,
come on.
She said, there's only going to be girls out tonight. You probably won't want to come.
There you go.
You want to come? It's only girls.
Target rich environment.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, oh, you don't know me as well as you think. It's like,
20 minutes.
I'm going out because I like the odds, and the rest is history. If I'd have stayed watching fucking Surprise or Blind Date or whatever it was, then yeah. All right, good stuff. Right, so we get a point. Where's the strangest place you've had sex?
Okay.
And yeah, Bedford doesn't count.
With each other?
It's not in the question. It's not in the question, Emma. To be fair,
last time Boss went home with someone else. You said,
I know. Yeah, like yeah, it's like I didn't
check.
The question doesn't specify it has to be together.
Yes. Well, I'm hoping of the weird places that we have. This is the weirdest.
Okay, yeah.
See, and that's the beauty of this, isn't it? We might get 2 weird places out of it for entertainment purposes.
Well, and one man's weird is just another one's,
Right. I'm ready.
Oh, God. I don't know if I am. Okay.
I'm going to say in the sea in Cyprus.
I've got on the rocks in Cyprus.
There you go.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Did you have your feet in the sea?
That sounded...
We were fully in the sea.
But it was really cold. It was November. It was freezing. And what we didn't notice, because obviously it was cold and we were busy.
Drunk as well.
We came out of the sea and our legs had been shredded. Like
on the
we had blood
rock.
running down our legs because we hadn't noticed that we were bashing up against volcanic rock. So I've still got the scars from.
Baz has actually told that story on the podcast before, so thank God it was you. Okay, well, you get a point and you've dodged a bullet at the same time, so well done there.
Ultimately, it was going to be romantic, and then it wasn't until we started coming out of the sea we suddenly realised that because the ardour had dampened slightly, that we were on these really jagged rocks, and it took us ages to get out, didn't it?
The stuff that looks romantic on the movies is often not that romantic in real life.
Yeah, exactly. Like marriage and those kind of things.
It looks so easy taking your clothes off or somebody else's clothes off on the TV.
I know,
film, like, oh, that looks nice, and then
yeah.
Well, if you go
just do it yourself.
Yeah. If you go out on a promise, you should wear those trousers with the Velcro down the side that basketballers wear. Then you just go
Magic Mike trousers.
Or the press studs.
Yeah, Magic Mike trousers.
Yeah. How many dates before you had sex?
Oh, I don't know about dates. I know a time frame. Can we have that?
Yeah, let's do time frame then.
Yeah.
Oh, we might have a different recollection on this.
Okay.
Right.
What's your answer?
Here's my answer. I've put 2 weeks.
It was 2 weeks.
Thank God for that.
Hold on a minute. Aren't you supposed to say it? You're supposed to say it and then you reveal it.
Got carried away, bless it.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Baz, you were a bit premature with the answer there.
Some things haven't changed.
I'm going to give you the point anyway, but that's not how it works. Right?
Yes.
Baz, you don't say the answer, hold up the with it written, and then Liz just agrees. You don't get a point for that.
I was too excited because I thought, oh, well, I want to get this out of the way now in case it was like 4 months.
Yeah, and you were thinking of someone else because there is always that risk. Because it was a long, long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
Okay, ours was how old's Molly? 15. Ours was about 16 years ago. Only done it twice. Right. So what's your answer?
I think it was about 9 months.
Can I have the point for fucking ages? Fucking ages in brackets, many, many months. Not that I'm still bitter about it,
That's
but
really impressive.
well, you say that, but you know, there was many a time along the way that I was questioning getting together with an Irish Catholic, for fuck's sake.
It all turned out well in the end, then.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it did. So yeah, you know, like I say, I got my claws in nice and early, but yeah.
I think that might have been why he proposed so quick. He's like crying out loud.
I know, yeah.
Get it over the line, yeah.
Yeah, if you're not keen on sex before marriage, fuck it, let's just get married. It was roughly that anyway. Right.
Yes, no,
that's a bit more romantic, but yeah, along those lines.
I think it was 9 months. That's what. Yeah, it was a long time.
This next one is we've done some prep. We've answered questions and sent them to each other. Okay, so this is a multiple choice round. Okay, so Liz, what would your partner say is your worst habit? So you need to tell me what Baz's worst habit is.
What I would say my worst habit is.
Oh, Baz's worst habit, eating his toenails.
Ooh!
Whoa!
Right,
Ladies and gentlemen,
we need to
ladies and
edit this.
gentlemen, no. Ladies and gentlemen, there's some bonus information about Baz we didn't think we'd get today, and that's the point of doing this podcast. Okay, so I will ask you I'll turn it into a multiple choice. I'll turn it into a multiple choice to make it easier for you. Okay?
Very quickly, if you don't mind.
Yeah, Baz said either he's lazy, he's snoring, or he's very messy.
He'll probably say messy.
He did say messy. Yes, he didn't mention the toenail thing. So thank you for mentioning it.
I'd forgotten about the toenail thing.
It's literally the most disgusting thing he does. It's like, I can put up with everything else, but that I'm just like... just
Oh, that's brilliant.
So what's annoying, though, is like, I'm going to go into the story now. But like, so he trims his toenails, but he always does it in the living room. And then he'll eat them. And it's just like...
I thought he was still attached to his foot.
I thought he was biting them
I
off.
can't reach that far
It's
now.
not that limber.
That's why I was doing this. I was like, I don't understand.
That's even weirder.
That is weird. Like, so he's like dinner.
Yeah.
No.
Snack.
I don't think he eats meat. I think he just chews on them. But either way, it's freaking disgusting.
To be fair, he eats fucking tofu. It's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably not as
Tofu,
bad.
toenails, it's all the same.
Anything beginning with a toe.
Bit of calcium.
Okay.
No point.
Right.
I got 1 point for that,
Messy,
don't we? Yeah.
Yeah, you got a point. The next question is, I asked Baz which of his friends does Liz find the most attractive? So Liz, out of all Baz's friends, which one do you find most attractive?
Can I just say before she gives an answer, this is really difficult, by the way, because like it's
supposed to be, mate.
And also, I think it would probably vary over the years. So it would be a point in history where we ever discussed it.
I'm editing all that shit out, Baz. Don't worry about it.
I don't really fancy any of his friends.
You just come up with one, though.
Is that your? I was going to say, is that your answer?
Was it fancy or find attractive? There's a difference in there.
Which of Baz's friends do you find the most attractive? Do you want to say, I don't really fancy any of his friends as the answer to the question? Or do you want to pick one?
I feel like I'm going to have to pick one. But I feel... who do I think? Toby.
Oh, okay.
The toe thing.
I love the toe thing. Tofu, toenails, Toby. Yeah.
Right, Toby Mori.
Oh, I mean, this is like Mallet's mallet. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't have to work like that. That's a particular reference for our younger listeners, by the way.
That's what?
Who am I kidding? We haven't got any young listeners. Right.
Not after this.
No.
Hey, if there's anybody young apart from my son listening to two old men chat shit, then they need help. Anyway, no. Okay, so yeah, Baz's reaction will tell you that's not the case.
It's not the right answer.
Your three options are A, Luke.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, sorry, it's the alarm telling me I'm doing a podcast with you right now.
Yeah, but Baz, you know when you set an alarm, and this has happened before. You know when you set an alarm to do the podcast, can you not set it an hour into recording? Because this has happened before, mate. I know you're knocking on, and you need you need to keep your mind active, and you need a few little reminders, but. Maybe put the reminder on an hour before instead of an hour after. Okay. Right. So the options that Baz gave, or that I'm giving you as to what Baz said, was A, Luke, B, Roger, or C, she definitely won't answer this one.
Okay. I'm torn between A and C. I think I'm going to go A, but C would have been a very good answer as well. So I'm saying Luke.
And that's the correct answer.
Apologies, Luke. I forgot about you when I answered that question. It'd still be you, Luke. Don't worry. I'm sure you're very worried. And sorry, Rog, because I know that you do listen to this podcast and you're probably quite sad about the answer. So apologies, Rog, as well. But
which may or may not be the reason that I included him in it, just to make it even more awkward. So this question is: if they had a free pass, which celebrity would your partner choose to sleep with? So.
And again, I feel like there may be many answers.
What's your
Liz?
phrase? Yeah.
Liz, yeah, yours. So, Liz, if you had a free pass, which celebrity would you sleep with?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Did you go with Momoa?
Good choice, though.
Yeah, I mean...
Baz, you're going to have to keep more of a poker face.
Well, yeah, but you're going to read 3 options now anyway, aren't you?
I am, yes. I'm going to read the 3 options, which are A, Vin Diesel, B, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, or C, Jason Momoa.
Oh, I would do all 3, but Momoa is obviously what Baz picked, I think.
Yeah, but I'm not giving you the point because you already said Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and you would have said Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and you would have been wrong if Baz hadn't have broken his poker face.
The reason why I cringed is because I wrote Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and they thought, oh, has she changed now to Jason Momoa, and changed it to Jason Momoa?
Yeah, well, I mean,
she's obviously spoken about both at great length over the time, so.
But I made up 2 fake answers and happened to get the right fake answer, by the way.
She obviously likes an overdeveloped musclehead meathead guy. Oh yeah.
She just likes big beefy meatheads.
Exactly. Who are a bit swarthy. I mean, I've got a type.
I did a little comparison, but I was like, right, what does Baz and Jason Momoa have in common? And I was like, this, muscles. So I went for the next muscly person I thought of and got it bang on. So
yeah.
Nice. Right. I'm not giving you the point for that, by the way. Right. Your last one. Your last one is what is your favourite part of Baz's body?
His arms.
Okay. The 3 options are his tattoos, his chest, or his arms.
Oh, okay. Well, I've said arms, but I do like his chest as well. And my favourite tattoos are on his chest as well. So I'm going to go chest.
Well saved, because you said arms and I offered you arms and you changed your mind. So, well saved. Well done.
Is that 2 points then or 1?
That's 1.
No, that's 1.
Yeah.
Because you got the wrong answer first.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like there was a lot of pressure. I feel like now I can relax and enjoy it. Everyone else.
You can relax. It's the relaxing bit now. Okay. So Baz, your first question is: in a fire, what inanimate object would you save first?
I would save my iPhone.
Okay. The multiple choice of what Liz suggested is A, your hat collection, B, your ring light, or C, your iPhone. Now, do you want to stick? It's like, do you want to stick, or do you want to gamble? So, do you want to stick with the iPhone, or
no? I'm going to gamble.
Do you want to switch?
I'm going to gamble because I think the actual answer is my hat collection.
And you've ended up with no points.
Oh, what was I going to say?
I said phone.
Oh no!
He said the phone. I'm so good at this game.
So good.
Look at me decoys. Boom.
And also, I have a better poker face due to the amount of Botox in my face, so it's unable to show expression. So I'm going to be much
handy for this game, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Very handy.
Baz, what is what?
Oh, hang on! Look, stop. Right, why is this
Who
still
are you
going
supposed
on?
to be on a fucking podcast with now?
Hold on. I need to...
Stop.
Oh my god, it's like someone's bought the granddad an iPhone, isn't it? Okay, so Baz, what would you say is Liz's worst habit?
I think Liz's worst habit is going to bed early when we're out having fun.
Wow. I feel that's a quality. I know when to leave a party.
Okay. Again, the face didn't move because of the Botox.
I know, right?
But the voice did a lot. So, okay. So the options are A, snoring, B, stealing the duvet, and C, tidying stuff away when they need it.
Oh, I think it's probably tidying things away when they're needed.
That's absolutely correct. And I wish I'd thought of that when I got asked that question, by the way. I feel you, brother. Okay, so, Baz, what is your favourite food?
Okay, my favourite food is curry.
Okay, so the 3 options you have to choose from that Liz thought you would say are A, prawns, B, pizza, or C, rice.
Oh, rice, C.
Is correct.
That's probably the honest answer.
It's got to be the most boring favourite food in the world.
Literally has it every meal.
I have it with everything. It's not just curry.
It's
Yeah,
just like literally everything has got rice.
I used to have it for breakfast when I was trying to sort of cut down on having carbs.
What do you mean? You still have it at breakfast every day? What are you having? Sausage, egg and rice? That classic dish. Weirdo.
Last one is, Baz, what is your favourite part of Liz's body?
Boobs.
We don't need to go any further. You get 2 points on that one. That was that was so quick. And the other options I was going to give you was the whole package or your eye or her eyes, and neither of those were going to throw you off the scent.
Yeah. It's always boobs.
It's always boobs.
Right,
Mike, what do you love most about Emma?
Well, do you know what? I've just realised since I wrote these questions, I should have fucking thought about it before.
Same as that. I was thinking the very same thing when I was
what
answering.
a ridiculous thing! Why didn't I do that? Okay, the thing I love most about Emma is her thoughtfulness.
Right. So your 3 options are how thoughtful I am, my boobs, or my cooking. Are you sticking with your answer?
Oh, well, they're all 3 tremendous things, and I love all 3 of them. I would say thoughtfulness. I'm sticking with thoughtfulness.
That is correct.
Yay! 2 points. Woof. Thank you.
Mike, in a fire, what does Emma think you will say? Which inanimate object does Emma think you would say first?
An inanimate object I would save in a fire is... Yeah, it's probably my phone. That's really boring. Oh, no. My golf clubs.
Right. So here are your options. Your phone, your beer fridge, or your very expensive microphone.
Well, I know that is a hoax because we don't have... Oh, actually, I've got to guess what she said.
Yes.
Oh, now then. I think... Oh, see, very expensive microphones thrown me because you had to write those decoys. And you know that a microphone's not very expensive. It was only 60 quid. So I'm going to say very expensive microphone.
Oh, I've thrown you a curveball there. The answer was your phone.
Oh, bollocks. You've double bluffed me. And
2 points to none.
You've double bluffed me out of 2 poins. Good work.
I don't even know why I didn't think of your golf clubs. I just because I don't play anymore. They would have been my most sacred thing years ago.
Oh, dear God.
What did Emma say that
was your favourite?
Is the favourite thing about yourself?
What do I think my favourite thing about myself is?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think Emma said was your favourite thing? Yeah.
I don't remember what I said.
I think sense of humour would have been said.
Right. So your options are A, your competitiveness, B, your sense of humour, or C, your determination.
I can't even spell the last one, mate. I think I'm going to stick with sense of humour.
You would be correct to stay with your sense of humour.
Wow. Yeah, look, if you're picking decoys, mate, determination wasn't the one. Fucking lazy, mate. Right.
But determinedly so. So it's
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm very committed to my laziness.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you wish your husband was more of?
Right.
So let's get to the chase. What's Emma's worst habit?
Okay. What's Emma's worst habit? I'm going to go route 1, snoring.
Right. Your 3 options are snoring, timekeeping, competitiveness.
I'd see Emma's competitiveness is definitely a benefit. It makes up for my lack of determination. It gets us through life. And yeah, I'm going to stick with snoring.
You are correct. That's what Emma said.
I don't have any bad habits, so.
No, do you know
Exactly.
all that?
It's very short
When you're
lived.
perfect, Liz, what else to go after, you know?
All that proves is that over the past 20 odd years, I've just not stopped fucking banging on about her snoring. So we've got a benefit. Finally, after all these years, we've got a benefit out of it in 2 points on this pointless quiz.
Right. Mike, what did Emma say was your favourite food?
Okay, what's my favourite food? My favourite food It's really difficult because I find this question quite difficult anyway. I don't like picking favourites.
Did it with your kids really easily.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. But one of them is 25 and going to do me a free tattoo, so that's easy, isn't it?
Yeah, one of them listens to all our podcasts.
And one of them is paying for you to go to England, so I feel like it's not a bad set of choices you've got there.
Your favourite food then, Mike?
I don't think she's going to say this, but I think I would have to say my favourite food's pizza.
Right, so here's your options then. Steak, black pudding, or risotto?
Well, that's easy. I do love black pudding, but she never would have said that. And steak was the other option that I was going to go for, so I'm going to go for steak.
So actually, Emma wrote steak, probably.
And she's right. Did you see the indecision? It took me so long to come on it. The answer definitely is steak. Probably. Well, it's anything probably.
What she actually wrote was no fucking idea. Steak, probably.
Well, it's
accurate, really, isn't it? You didn't know either.
I see that you took the profanities out of it just so I wouldn't go. That's definitely a Geordie Irish woman speaking.
Oh, well, she put ficking, so I just added my own interpretation. Yeah.
Okay,
right.
Yes.
If you had the magical free pass, which celebrity partner would you choose to sleep with?
Michelle Keegan.
Right, so well, that was quick.
Give it some thought. Yes.
Your three options are.
Look, Liz, I've given it an awful lot of thought. That wasn't a snap decision. It was a very quick answer, but it wasn't a snap decision.
Right, so just so the options are A, Michelle Keegan.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Whether a sign.
That's a 2-pointer because I went for Holly Willoughby and Jessica Chastain, and you probably wouldn't even know the third one. So I
didn't know the third one, but Holly Willoughby is
a strong contender for second.
I was going to say Holly Willoughby comes second, but she definitely would.
I don't think she would.
Holly Willoughby.
Well, she definitely wouldn't come first.
Your last question in this round is: what is your favourite part of Emma's body?
Her boobs. Let's put the points down now.
Your options are boobs, boobs, or boobs.
Yep. Ding ding.
I did have bum and arms, but there's no way I was going to change you.
I don't. Oh no! I was going to say, how do we end up with so many fewer points? Because I thought we did well, but we haven't done it the other way around yet. We're only halfway through.
Yes, it's not all about you, Mike. Okay? Emma gets to speak as well. Like that's allowed. Yeah?
I think you'll find it is mostly about Mike.
It's so very rare on this podcast that it's not all about me. So that's why I started it.
Right, I'm going to ask Emma now what Mike said.
Okay.
So, what did Mike say that you love most about him?
His sense of humour.
Right, so your options are A, sense of humour, B, his eyes, or C, his practical ability.
All true. But I think sense of humour is what he'll have said, because he laughs his way out of all sorts of trouble.
See, I put that in there because I thought that should be in there, but he actually wrote my eyes.
His eyes are lovely. If it's a physical thing, eyes would be up there, yeah.
Yeah, when I answered that question, I went down the physical route.
Yeah.
And to be fair, fucking face holes is all I've got. So that's it. It's like nostrils, mouth, and eyes. That's it.
But yeah, all of those three things are accurate though, because I do like all of those three things. But yeah.
Right.
What, my nostrils, my mouth, and my eyes? Oh, the other three. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, I misunderstood.
So, what did Mike say, Emma, that you would save? Which inanimate object did Mike think you would save first in a fire?
My phone.
Your options are your car keys, your laptop, option B, and your phone, option C.
My phone. I'm going to stick to phone.
That is correct.
Because I can never find my fucking car keys, and I'd hardly ever use my laptop.
And you can't, oh shit! Is that our first point?
Yeah, 2 points for that one.
2 points. All right.
Yeah.
So I need to pay attention. I was just enjoying the show. This often happens once I've had a couple of drinks. I just end up enjoying the podcast and forget I've got to fucking drive it at some point. Right.
Right. So Emma.
Yes.
What did Mike say that you would say is the favourite thing about yourself? It is difficult.
It's a hard question to answer, isn't it?
I'm trying to think what the word for it. It's Maybe my ambition. I don't think
Right,
you said that though.
So you put that as an answer?
Ambition's not. I'm going to go to determination because that's what people kept talking about. So I'll use that.
Right. Okay. So your options are A, her ability to lead, B, her enthusiasm, or C, her ambition.
Oh, ambition I'll go for then.
You are correct.
Oh, you changed your answer.
I was
It's
a bit
only one
sad
point.
that you didn't just literally say ambition because that was the first thing you came out with.
I just thought it's not a word we use very often. You know what I mean, it's not something.
Well, that's quite good that we both come up with the same word.
I've never used it about myself.
Again, it's another one I can't even spell as.
It's what I meant, but I changed it to determination because it's come up so many times. I thought Baz was just using a word he'd seen before.
I'm literally reading off a page. Right. What would you say that Mike said was his worst habit? I.e., what do you think his worst habit is?
Yeah, he's really messy.
Right. Your options are this. Being easily distracted. He hates losing. And C, he's messy.
I'm going to stick with my original answer.
Yeah. He actually wrote leaving dirty clothes on the floor, but I just rounded that off into a small thing, so yes.
Messy.
Yeah, it is. He's messy.
Let's move on because we're going to go into more detail, and I'm not happy with that.
I'm just loving the fact that you two are like messy, bumbling men, and then your wives are like, high flying, ambitious,
fastidious,
women.
tidy.
Tidy by definition.
It's all to do with something you won't be aware of. It's called marrying upwards. It's an alien concept to you, I know, but it is possible.
Yeah, you'll have to explore that in your next marriage.
Yeah.
Emma.
Yes.
What is your favourite food? What did Mike say was your favourite food?
I don't really do food.
You fucking photosynthesize.
Yeah, she just sucked the energy.
I probably wouldn't bother. Favorite food is lasagna.
Your options are A, steak, B, lasagna, C, curry.
It's either A or B, but I'm going to stick with my original answer and say lasagna.
That's what he said.
Yes.
Steak
was a very good decoy because we eat a lot of steak.
Yeah.
This is the free pass question. Who would your free pass allow you to do the do with?
The honest answer is I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, we know that.
No, I don't mean because I'm married. I mean, I just got.
Hey, when you've got steak at home, you don't go out for a hamburger, do you?
Or a lasagna, as we've worked out.
When I say steak, I mean those yellow label ones from Asda. That's what I mean.
No, another £4.
Yeah, see? Look, there you go.
No, okay, let me think. If I had a free pass, this is a bit weird because he's dead, but Prince.
Right.
That's not the only reason it's weird. But.
This is genuinely, right? This is genuinely the moment. If you go and watch this on YouTube or Facebook, this is genuinely the moment I found out my wife's into necrophilia. I had no idea.
Not now.
Wait to find out.
You know when you think you know someone really well.
Does it have to be someone alive? I suppose it does really. Okay, someone alive.
No, you can fuck a dead person.
Wow. There's the first bleep in the podcast.
I probably wouldn't though.
I mean.
Okay, I'm going to be much more boring then and say it's one of two. Now I couldn't think of anyone. Now I've got loads.
Yeah, no.
I couldn't possibly.
Now you've brought it up.
Let me just write a list of people who are more attractive than my husband. Give me a second.
No, Emma gets a note out, just scrolling backwards and forwards and then stop.
So not dead people. I'm going to say David Beckham.
Right. Okay. Your options are A, Gary Neville, B, Harry Styles, C, Gino D'Acampo, because I like the Italian element of it.
Harry Styles was the other person, but he's a little bit young. That was why I went with David Beckham.
I was going to say, it's a bit young, isn't it? But...
Yeah, she's no interest in sleeping with someone young, but someone dead, yeah. Don't worry about that.
See, dead people don't age, so it's just like you just get them out of time.
So you've learned a lot about me in about
to
30
be
seconds.
To be fair, he's been dead a long time.
Yeah.
There's not going to be much left. and he's too wee. He's tiny.
Nothing wrong with short people.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Harry Styles isn't exactly like it. You know.
So the answer was Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
What is your favourite body part of Mike's?
We thought your eyes at the beginning, so did you stick with eyes?
I know it's difficult because I'm still breathing.
So your options are
I'm not Italian.
Or 26.
I'm alive, old, and not Italian. So good luck finding.
Shall I give you an answer first? I think you probably stuck to eyes, even though he's already said that once.
Right. So your options are his hair, his bum, or his legs.
Jesus, I don't fucking like any of them. This whole thing's backfired massively. It's a really stupid idea, and I wish we'd never done it.
Legs?
He said you thought you would say legs. So legs is the correct answer.
There you go.
Emma, you look genuinely surprised you got that right then.
I was holding my breath there. It was a guess. I like his hair a lot, but he doesn't like it as much as I like it. So what happens then if he cuts it off? Do I not then?
Oh yeah.
Gone with hair otherwise.
What if he cuts his legs off?
I really like his hair. Well, then I'm going to go and look for Harry Styles.
Because he's waiting for you, love.
You played this game with Harry Styles.
You got more chance with him than fucking Prince.
That could
I mean, that's not entirely true.
Yeah, it's not entirely true, is it?
I mean, she said she was determined. All she needs is a spade.
She's got ambition. I mean, I feel like you go around for it.
Determination to achieve ambition. Did you get the point for legs?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, dear God.
Because he gets distracted easily, even though we didn't pick that one when it was an option.
I'm beginning to think the point system's like just completely pointless now.
Oh, you would do that because we're so far ahead. Nice try, Baz.
Yeah, but you're not married to a necrophiliac, so I feel like we're the real winners here.
Hey.
I feel if anyone's going to start picking moral high grounds, Mike, it should be us. Like.
It's not about moral high ground. It's been mentioned before. Very competitive. You got to take the rough with the smooth all the way to victory.
And Baz and I are like the least competitive people in the world as well. We're just like, all right.
It's just taking part that's important.
Exactly. Like, we didn't win. Like,
okay. So,
perennial losers.
We've got 4 questions left. Okay, this is round 4. 4 questions left, and the title of this round is "Who knows you best, your wife or your podcast co-host?" So we're going to ask some questions. I'm going to ask a question. I'll answer it after Baz and Emma have predicted what my answer is going to be. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And this isn't for scoring for the thing.
This is just for shits and giggles.
This is just to prove that I don't know you.
This is for S's and G's.
To prove that you do a soulmate.
I spend more time with you than I do.
Okay. All right. So the first question, and Baz and Emma have got to predict what my answer is going to be. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you could travel back in time, when would you go back to?
Can I just say, if this was going to be Emma's question, it'd probably be the day before Prince died. But... I don't know exactly when that was.
Nobody really knows what killed him, Liz. So.
Exactly. I mean,
or the day after when he was still warm. My answer to the question is, I would go back to roughly 1992. I know I've said roughly and then gone specific.
Why?
What month?
Yeah, because I was really into like Manchester music and never got to go to the Hacienda. So I would like to go back then to go to the Hacienda.
Ready, Baz?
Yep.
Early Mank music days, 1990. I feel like you're on it. Yeah.
And you've both got that. That's amazing.
For the very same reason, like, all the music you ever mentioned is from that period.
I can't show you my original answer.
Fuck knows.
I mean, it's unlikely that I would write a question that my answer would be fuck knows, but it's not completely out of the. It's not completely off there. Okay, cool.
Well done, Baz.
So we'll do right. We're going to do the same question. We're going to ask Baz and Liz. So Baz, me and Liz are going to write down an answer, and Baz is going to answer it. Okay? So if you could travel back in time, when would you go back to?
Oh, do you want to answer it? Yeah.
When would Baz go back?
Yeah, when would I go back to? So I would go back to the 60s. Just because of fashion.
1960s.
1960s! Look at this!
Check you out.
You predicted this? This is very exciting, isn't
I
it?
think we should stop now.
Wow. Question number 2. If I won £100,000, what would I do first?
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't spend all of it on this, but the first thing I would buy is a new set of golf clubs.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't answer that way. I didn't say what would you buy first, and what would you do first?
Oh, I didn't. Oh, yeah. All right, yeah. What would I do first? The first thing I would do is go to a shop and buy some golf clubs. You're very pedantic, aren't you?
No, because I didn't answer what would you buy first. Anyway,
So anyway, I went for this, which was a golf membership and a golf buggy.
Oh.
I think you should allow that because I'd put this.
Right, takes that.
First thing, I won 100 grand. So for those on the audio podcast, Emma's predicted that I would phone or text Baz. The moment I found out I'd won 100 grand.
I'm assuming I'm with you when you find out, you see.
All right. So
oh my God, I just won 100 grand. And then go and buy some golf clubs.
Whereas Emma's Googling how much it is to exhume prints.
Well, you gave a little clue earlier about the thing you would save in a fire was your golf.
I did actually.
True, that's true.
So yeah, so far, Baz knows me better than my wife does, so that's nice to know. Right. So Liz, if Baz won 100 grand, what would he do first?
I might get in trouble for this answer. When I say trouble, I mean like a strongly arched eyebrow. But
Right, are we ready? I would give a big chunk of it to charity.
oh God, what a
Settle that charity.
Oh, God. What I do is get a tax deductible, like charitable donation.
Set up a foundation to avoid tax.
So my name lives on forever, like fuck off.
Yeah, with the Liz charity
The Liz charity, yeah. Right.
for homeless spreadsheets.
Okay, I'm going to look very shallow with what I put up next then.
Right, what have you put?
I put hair transplant.
Wow.
Okay.
That's what you would do! After he's fed the orphans, obviously.
What did you put, Mike?
Well, I put give some to charity, then buy some fancy clothes. I obviously think your husband's a nicer man than you do. You think he's shallow and vain?
Yeah,
I think he is, but once he's given some money to charity. Oh, right. Question 3. This is a question that I've deliberately written to cause an awkward moment, by the way.
Oh, good, because there's been none of those up until this point. So,
right. So, what has been my favourite moment of the podcast this year?
self-indulgent question number 1.
How the fuck am I supposed to know that?
Emma and I have not listened to an episode of the podcast. So, this is going to be quite awkward for us.
You've got a podcast.
Do you know what? Me and Baz should write down.
That's what you two do. Oh, nice.
Well, do you know what? Me and Baz should give the answer together because I suspect our answer is the same.
Yeah. Do you want
so yeah, Liz write it. Just you and Liz write it.
Liz has never watched the podcast.
Exactly, and that's the awkward moment. I would say because Emma very rarely does as well. In fact, this is a special one, right? You two who don't support our podcast enough to listen or watch, right? And you two write an answer down, and me and Baz will say the answer at the same time. Because I think we mentioned it in a podcast recently.
Yeah. So we're just going to do some 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, show me what you put.
I put filming in Bury together.
That is a good answer.
I put it when you had Joshua on.
That is also a good answer.
Yeah. Right. But, what's your answer?
Are you ready, Baz? 1, 2, 3. Subscribe your shit. Oh, has he written it down?
That was also my favourite moment as well. I didn't know it.
And it didn't make it in. It got cut out of the podcast as well. But it made it onto social media as a highlight.
Into the promo.
It is good.
Okay, I've got one final question.
Subscribe your shit. Okay.
One final question is, have you cheated on this last round?
You two are such losers. Like, that is why you are perfect. It's like, can I just show you why you two are actually pissing yourself? Me and Emma were like, what idiots? As if we even give a shit. Like, yeah, exactly.
So yes, it was quite surprising that me and Baz got the same answers on all of that round, wasn't it? But yeah, it was just so that we could guarantee that the answer to who knew each other best, the podcast co-hosts or their wives, it was obviously going to be the podcast co-hosts.
Only because of subscribership, but also...
My favourite bit about that round, though, was how almost incandescent enraged Liz was that Baz was going to give some money to charity if he won some.
She was right, by the way.
She was furious.
It was 100%
furious. It just shows she would have been much more pleased if Baz had been on a flight to Turkey than if he'd have been helping, like giving money to a food bank or something.
But she does know me well. Yeah, it would definitely be hair.
Who won?
It was a beautiful moment. We won by a long way, but I think it's the
I think you two
the
are
podcast
the
was the
winners,
winner.
Yeah, the podcast. The real winner.
The podcast won.
Marriage was definitely not the winner. So let's go with
Great effort.
the institution of marriage.
It's definitely knocked us back a little bit, but I think we can work through it. I'm not talking about me and Emma. I'm talking about me and Baz.
All right.
Well, I feel I know you better now. So
We've also proven that it's very important for men to marry up in life.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
for us too, it definitely was.
Well, did you enjoy yourself?
I did, thank you.
Yes.
And you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, thanks for being on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. And on that bombshell of our wives saying that they enjoyed going through that, that's it for this week. So thanks everyone for listening. Don't forget to do all the subscribe shit. And so we'll see you next time.
See you
Thanks
later.
very much. Bye.
Bye.